everybody, and welcome back to the World of Fandom Fight. I'm your host, the King, Caleb Coho, and we have two returning players in a singles undercard match for you tonight. But that's not all. I have joining me today the Batman to my Robin, Tim the Hulk Bacala. How you doing, Tim?
I'm glad that's catching on and that's sticking. Fantastic. Love it. I'm doing just peachy. So excited. This is like our 5th video in like 2 days. I'm a little exhausted, but
a little burnt out, but we're almost to the end. We're pushing these out.
The end, and we've got a great match today. So.
Absolutely. We have New British Empire, the Warhawk, Thomas Scully, and Mr. Carefree, Richard Schwartz coming in. Richard maybe a little bit angrier after getting dumped from the NWA by Jay. Or did he break up with Jay? I'm not quite sure, but I just know that Scully bitched and moaned because he wasn't getting a singles match this season, and Brooklyn made a bribe, and I couldn't decline that bribe, so I let him have a match this season instead of next season. So last we saw Richard, he upset Jeremy. Last we saw Scully, he got dunked on by the Kingdom. Let's see what happens in this match, and hear what these two have to say right now in promos.
Well, I am back. Mr. Carefree, on a mission to do what I do best in singles fandom, is win. Now, I beat Jeremy in the first round of the tournament. I lost to Maggie barely because the wheel doesn't like me. And as for Jay talking about how he dumped me, well, I don't see it that way. I see I'm getting a better opportunity. I'm getting the opportunity to strut my own stuff without having to hear the trash talk of Jay or the losing antics of Jay. I'm here to take on Thomas Scully. He's a hell of a player. I'm going to do my best to win. I'm going to do my best to give it my all. But no matter what, when you're facing against me, it's always Carefree. That's the way it got to be. For the greater good, let's do this thing.
All right, Thomas. So I'm going to do the same thing that I'm going to do with the other new additions to the New British Empire. I'm going to give you your orientation package. I want to make sure you get that filled out by the end of next week. So your first match in singles under my management is going to be Richard Schwartz. This person has been nicknamed like the Jeremy Killer. This might be something that we can put into practice a little bit later if we are successful. A stat that I did pull up, though, he is 0 for 1 against people who have nicknames referencing birds. So we do have an advantage in that one with Warhawk. How do you feel?
You know, I'll admit it. Last time I was here, I got handed my walking papers by Dominic Rizzi. Didn't feel great. I knew that a couple of things go the other way, question-wise. I might win that match, but I can't worry about that right now. I got to get back up on that horse and get ready for Richard. He's a great player. I don't know what to expect from him because I think the definition of hot and cold. He beats up on his opponent in the first match, then he falters in the second, then he beats Jeremy, but then loses to Maggie. So I'm not sure quite who I'm getting in this match. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to have you in my corner. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get a win here.
I actually just noticed one thing. You'll be getting a performance bonus if you do sing "Hot and Cold" by Katy Perry at some point during this match. So just keep that in mind.
Oh dear.
All right, some fire promos, Tim. Richard talking about the amicable split with Jay. Don't know the situation there, but Richard seems to be better off without it. And Thomas pointing out that he might be 0-2 against bird nicknames. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but we're going to find out who wins tonight right now. What do you think?
Yeah, it was interesting promos. I think that Richard, Mr. Carefree, always enjoy him playing because, I truly think he doesn't really care about the consequences. He's just here to play and have fun, and that's cool. And as for the New British Empire scum, Brooklyn finally showed up to manage a match, so that's cool. I guess maybe he comes to players that he's not, that he's might be worried about. I don't know about the whole bird thing, but the macaw's the goat. Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Round 1 works like this. You are each going to get 10 questions worth 1 point apiece from 10 different areas within the realm of fandom fight. Should you get all 10 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Any questions as we get into round number 1?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. And your first question comes to the category of Disney live action. What Disney live-action film stars Kevin Costner as a cross-country coach at a mainly Latino high school?
I coached cross-country once.
Did you actually?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, that's actually a really cool story that I want to explore. But no, you lied to me. You gotta break my heart like that.
In 8th grade, I tried out for track, and they told me I was too fat.
1. I never even had the intention of running. Pens down. We're gonna start with Richard.
Got nothing.
Scully.
I believe it's McFarland, USA.
That is correct for a point.
Never heard of that movie.
Don't
It's a
worry.
good movie.
Neither did a lot of America.
It was good.
Yeah, it was
All
good,
right.
right, Tim?
Yeah, guys, your next question is going to be in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, what are the names of the whales that the crew are looking to save? Funny enough, my track coach that I auditioned for called me a whale.
Oddly enough, the cross-country coach that I looked at in the hallways, and I never had a conversation. Maybe they were a nice person. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? The world will never know.
2, 1. Pens down. You will start with Scully.
I believe it's Gracie and George.
That is correct. And Richard.
I had Pooper and Scooper. No idea.
It's incorrect. All right. 2-0 start for Scully as we get to the third question in the category of Jurassic Park. In Jurassic World, Lowry is wearing a graphic tee with what on it?
I think I wear a lot of the graphic tees.
I sometimes do. So
Master of Puppets. All right.
5,
My extent of Metallica there.
2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Richard.
I don't know. I said Jaws.
That's incorrect on Scully.
Is it a T-Rex?
As incorrect, looking for the logo of the first Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That makes sense.
So no perfect rounds here today.
All right, guys, your next question is going to be in the category of Star Wars. In The Last Jedi, after Luke sneaks onto the Falcon, who does he run into?
I like this movie quite a bit.
Yes, as do I. It's no Age of Ultron, but it's a movie. I know those are differing franchises, but I'm watching Age of Ultron right now.
I see. Says the blind man to the deaf man as he runs into a pole. 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Scully.
The only moments to make me cry in that movie are 2.
That is correct. And Richard.
I said Leia. Damn it.
It's incorrect. All right. 3-0. Let's get to the fifth question of the round, which is in the category of Fast and Furious. In what Fast and Furious film is the character of Giselle introduced?
Isn't Giselle your middle name?
We weren't supposed to reveal that on stream, Tim, but okay.
Caleb Giselle Coho?
It sounds just rolls off the tongue.
Yes, absolutely.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Great.
Pens down. We're going to start with Richard.
Is it Too Fast, Too Furious?
As incorrect, we go to Scully.
Giselle, I believe it's Fast 5.
It's incorrect. Look for Fast and Furious, the fourth film.
Oh.
All right, guys, your next question is going to be in the category of MCU. In Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter's teacher asks if he wants to watch what with him while sitting next to each other on the plane.
We get garbage for this all the time of asking new MCU questions as soon as they become available. But hey, I haven't written a single Far From Home question yet, so
I've written 3.
I'm going to have to get on that.
There's going to be a trend in the next few matches.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we'll start with Scully.
Star Wars?
It's incorrect. And Richard?
Was it the Iron Man documentary?
Is incorrect. We're looking for his wife's funeral video.
That's right. Oh God, that was a dark moment.
Yes, it was. All right, your seventh question comes to the category of Fandom Oscars. What was the last Fandom film to win the Oscar for Best Picture?
I made a movie in the early 2000s that won Best Picture.
Really?
Yep, it's called The Departed.
Did you say early? Did you say early 2000s?
2006, whatever.
So early in the decade. 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Richard.
Is it Lord of the Rings: Return of the King?
That is correct. And Scully.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
That is correct. And Richard is on the board now.
All right, guys. Your next question is going to come in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who has composed the most scores for MCU films?
I'm quite a fan of most of the scores in this franchise.
Yeah. There's not many I dislike.
Yeah. There's like one maybe where I'm like, but
yeah, there's some that don't stand out. But,
but they're
overall,
not bad. There's not like an overall bad score. 5.
I would agree.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Scully.
Alan Silvestri.
That is correct. And Richard.
Yeah.
I also have Alan Silvestri.
That is correct. Starting to gain that momentum.
Absolutely.
All right. Your penultimate question of the round is in the category of DC. In the film Swamp Thing, who physically plays the character of Swamp Thing?
I like how you added that physically.
Just to make sure there was no confusion.
No confusion.
No confusion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. You will start with Richard.
I know he's in the movie. I know he didn't play him. I said Ray Wise. Why not?
Incorrect. Wrong half of that character. And Scully.
Doug Jones.
Say correct. Looking for Dick Durock. Dick Durock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that.
Great. Guys, your final question is going to be in Pixar. In Toy Story 4, what toy needs to be saved at the start of the film by Woody and the gang?
Finally able to ask Toy Story 4.
This movie is, might I say, as close to Jesus as I'll probably reach in this life.
I was gonna say dope, but yes, that too. Very, very, very true. 5, 4, 3.
And
2,
someone's dog agrees.
1. That'd be mine. Pens down. We are going to start. Shut up. We're gonna start with Scully on this one.
Is it Rex?
That is incorrect.
Correct.
Go over to Richard.
I said the fork thing the girl made.
No, that is also correct. You're looking for RC. The RC car. So at the end of round numero 1, we've got Thomas in the lead 5 to Richard's 2. But anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Caleb.
Round number 2 is going to work like this. I am bringing up a lovely wheel from wheeldeside.com. If you like the category you land on, you're going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can spin again, but you're stuck with whatever you land on, and you can up to multiple choice, but you devalue your question down to only being worth 1. Stealing is in this round, so keep your ears open. We have all 3 repeats available on the board. Any questions as we get into round number 2?
Mm-mm.
All right, then Scully, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to Richard?
Can we hear them categories, see who play?
Absolutely. Your categories are MCU, Marvel, Wizarding World, Star Wars, Fandom Quotes, DreamWorks, Disney Live Action, and Pixar, as well as Spinners and Opponent's Choice.
Brooklyn, I like this wheel.
Then we should go second.
Okay. If you think that's best.
Yep.
All right, then we will go second then.
All right, so Richard, your spin at the wheel is away. And it lands on the category of the MCU. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll take it.
All right, Tim, you want to give him his questions in the category of the MCU?
Nothing would make me happier. All right, Richard, your first question in MCU. Maria Hill makes her first appearance in what MCU film?
Marvel's Avengers.
That is correct for 2 points. Who plays Agent 13 in Captain America Civil War?
Oh, God. I know her first name, it's not her second, so I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right. A, Rachel House. B, Laura Haddock. C. Hope Davis, or D. Emily Van Camp?
Emily Van Camp.
That is correct for 1 point and to tie the game. All right, your next question. What American comedy director is one of the credited screenwriters for Ant-Man?
Edgar Wright.
That is incorrect. Thomas, chance for a 2-point steal.
Ooh. American comedy director.
Five, four.
Paul Feig.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for Adam McKay.
Oh, that's right.
All right, Richard, your fourth question in MCU. What is the name of Bruce's love interest in The Incredible Hulk?
Betsy Ross.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Fuck. I said it wrong. So I said it wrong.
You said Betsy Ross.
I said it wrong.
Yep.
I did indeed.
So 2-point steal.
It's Betty Ross.
That is correct for 2.
Betsy Ross is the woman who made the flag.
All right.
Yep, I know.
USA.
I make that
immediately
mistake
regret
too.
as soon as I said it.
Make that mistake too.
I immediately
right.
regret it as soon as I said it.
And your final question in MCU. Who directed Iron Man 2?
That would be still Jon Favreau.
And that is correct for 2 points.
All right, with that, he gets himself up to 7, but that steal Scully tied the game at 7. As we bring back the wheel, and Scully, your spin is away, and it lands on the category of the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Yes, we will take Wizarding World.
All right.
Do you want me to ask those, Caleb, or
I can do it. I can handle that. I think, yes, I can handle this. All right.
He thinks he can handle it.
I think I can. I think I can. All right, your first.
I just want to make sure you're good.
Yeah,
so
I think I'm good with these. Nothing seems scary. All right, your first question in the random category of Wizarding World. How many Wizarding World films have been directed by David Yates?
Six.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. As Dumbledore was awarding the characters extra points at the end of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which character was the last to get points?
The last to get points would be Neville Longbottom.
Correct for 2 points. Your third question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, who jinxed the bludger that caused Harry to fall off his broom during the Quidditch match?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, I can. All right. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, who jinxed the bludger that caused Harry to fall off his broom during the Quidditch match?
Okay, just make sure I heard right. That would be Dobby the house elf.
That's correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question in the Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Queenie notices a picture of whom while in Newt's suitcase?
That would be Letta Lestrange.
Correct for 2 points. And your final question in the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, who does Harry bring as his date to Slughorn's holiday party?
He brings Luna Lovegood.
That's correct for 2 more points. A clean sweep of the round puts him up to 17 to Richard's 7. No knockouts here today as we get into round number 3, which works like this. This is the betting round. We're going to give you the category. You're going to tell us how many points you'd like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We go until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, then your first question that you can bet points on is Star Trek. How many points would you like to bet on Star Trek?
Can I have my manager brought in?
Yes, absolutely. Big Canadian boss man sitting in the corner.
So, do you like goose eggs?
I love goose eggs.
I'm thinking goose eggs.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good to know. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We get bets starting with Richard.
2, obviously.
And Scully.
A delicious donut.
Wonderful. All right. Your question in the category is Star Trek. In Star Trek V, What relation does Spock have to the villain Sybok? $20-point game. 10-point swing. Or 20-point swing, 10-point.
Yeah, I was about to say no.
Other way around.
20 points.
I'm good at math, but there's a 20-point
Three.
swing.
Thank you for the extra credit though.
Yeah, thank you.
For stats purposes, Thomas
I believe it's his half brother.
and Richard.
Oh, I said cousin.
So lost
All right.
2 points.
Incorrect. It was half brother. Okay, guys, your next category you can bet points on is Studio Ghibli.
Brooklyn, no, I know exactly what
just-
I'm doing here.
I was gonna say what was Hector's last name in holes, but then just take out the knights who say me.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna be game over. Fine. That's just great. Okay.
All right. I will get bets then, starting with Scully
A bagel.
and Richard.
I wish I could bet a bagel, but I have no choice. I have to go too.
All right, guys, your question in Studio Ghibli. What Ghibli film features a mystical floating city named Laputa?
If Richard misses this, that is game, I believe.
Yes.
You mean when I missed this?
Right, we'll go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Thomas for stats,
Howl's Moving Castle.
and we will go to Thomas or to Richard.
Congrats to the win, Thomas. I said Kiki's Delivery Service.
And your winner, the Warhawk, Thomas Scully. The answer was Castle in the Sky. Castle in the Sky. But you know
That's
what?
right, because it's a castle in the sky.
Yep. All right. Final score of 17-3, Tim. That's not a score that I would say reflects the game played by both these guys here today. But we'll go ahead. We'll get some post-match interviews. Go ahead. Do you want to do them, or do you want me to do them?
I mean, I would always rather you do them, but I can do them if you'd like.
If you'd rather, I will. That's fine.
Does not matter to me.
Okay, then I'm going to do it. You take a load off, sir. I will go ahead and start with, not Tim, our winners today. Thomas Scully and his manager, Brooklyn Vale. Congratulations on your win.
Stop right there.
This bit's old.
I just want to say thank you that my son is interviewing me and not that person Tim Bracala tries to spread fake news. Clearly, you guys didn't hear my promo at the beginning. I was trying to acclaim the macaw as she is part of the 0-2 of Richard being against people who have nicknames of bird references. How dare you?
Fair enough. But you know what? You played a good game here today. Strong. Not your strongest round one, 5 for 10, but still that's not a terrible round one. And then a very strong round two, to the point where you didn't really need to bet anything. You could have bet zeros throughout the entire round, and all Richard could have done if he had hit all of his for 2 would be tie and send it to sudden death. So you played a hell of a game. Obviously, you have a big enough lead where you didn't need to do anything. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. This was well needed. I needed to get back on track after the mishap against Dom. But yeah, this felt good. It wasn't my strongest round one. I clearly need to brush up on the new releases. I should have seen the Toy Story and the Far From Home questions coming in. I need to brush up on those. But I feel pretty good. I know I got helped out by the wheel there. Wizarding World is definitely my strongest category. But I think this is the first time I've swept that category. So it's progress on all ends. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm happy to get back into singles. So yeah, I'm happy.
Absolutely. And now with this win, this puts you up to 3-2, kind of puts you back into the title contention going into next season. Is there anyone you're hoping to maybe face on your road to that title? Any names that come to mind that you'd like to play? Hit me.
I mean, there are always a lot of enticing rookies out there and a lot of like new players. I noticed that I broke into the top 10, may or may not be because half the entire fellowship has been taken out.
Well, you're
by
welcome,
your,
sir.
by
You're
your
welcome.
order. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that, but I guess thank you. I don't know. But yeah,
Thank you is the correct answer.
I guess
I don't know if thank you is the correct statement there.
Do we need to knock Cody's ego down a bit, Brooklyn? Yes, we do. So I did a good thing.
But honestly,
we don't raise our own to lower another's. That defeats the purpose, good sir.
Well, I don't really care what you're saying.
But honestly, anybody, I think if I wanted to push myself, try to get myself back up into that title picture, anybody inside that top 10 would be fun to play. They're all really good guys, really good players. So just anybody in that area, I'd like to play. Absolutely.
Well, you will be back 3-2 on the road to that title, and congratulations on your win. We will go now to our fortunate loser today, Richard Schwartz. Not the strongest performance you had, maybe not the game you wanted to play, but hey, you did pretty well in that MCU category. Just a couple of easy mess ups with Betsy Ross, which I too have found myself every time I get to that question, I have to stop myself and go Betty Ross. Otherwise, I will do that same thing. How do you feel about your game?
No, I did terrible. Breaking on my character aside, I've had a lot of shit going on these last couple weeks. Got into a car wreck, so I'm dealing with that. Wasn't really up. Kind of knew I was going to lose today, but in a sense, I tried, did my thing. I did decent. That Betty Ross was going to kill me. I knew it as immediately as I said it. And he asked for the repeat. I couldn't, change my answer, so I said I got it wrong. You go. Though I would say Thomas's Harry Potter was freaking grade school Harry Potter questions. Anyone who even seen the movies would have gotten that. No, I mean mine were easy too, but his was easier. But congratulations, Thomas. 2-3, still not great. I mean, it's not bad, so I'm dealing with it. I'll come back stronger next season when I'm, a lot more happy. But regardless, I still had fun, and yeah.
Yeah, not like a terrible showing. Not your strongest, obviously, but as you said yourself, maybe not the right headspace to approach this match.
Yeah.
But hey, now you get the season off. You get to come back stronger next season. Is there anyone you're looking to play maybe next season? I know there's a certain arsonist with a similar record that might want you after this breakup. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm down to take on anyone. All I gotta say is after the season, I can't wait for Studio Ghibli and Jurassic Park to go bye-bye. Screw those freaking categories.
Well, you know what?
At least one of those will take out Studio Ghibli out.
You know what?
No one uses it as a strength.
I think everyone in this community might agree with you. The Studio Ghibli is going. Who knows? We will see come the end of the season. But unfortunately, your season is over. But we will see you again in the next season. And we will go now to Timber Call at the desk for final thoughts and get this thing wrapped up.
Yeah. Interesting match. Like we've said, I honestly don't think the points reflect the match. Like, sure, any other game, if Richard had scored, even 2 more points in round 1 or didn't mess up on the Betsy Ross, this is a whole different game. So it was a very interesting match. Of course, I have no praise or love for the New British Empire whatsoever because, well, they're not fellowship, so I don't give a shit. But congrats to Thomas nonetheless. Good luck trying to stay in that top 10.
Absolutely. But you know what? That's going to do it for us. So this is one of our last matchups here in the regular single season before we get to the King's Day. So I am very excited for that. Tim, I have to recruit you for a certain match that we'll have to talk about that's also going at King's Day. Maybe you can help me talk some sense into Brian Michaels. We'll get to that later. But when it comes to this match, we are done. This Fandom's schedule season coming to a close, and that has been Thomas Scully. That has been Richard Schwartz. That has been Brooklyn Vale. That is Tim McCullough. I am Caleb Cohen. This has been Fan of Fight, and we will see you guys real soon with RJ versus Eli 2 coming up just a little bit later tonight. So check that out right here.